So for those of you who don't know, Rachel Notley is stepping down or has stepped down as the leader of the NDP here in Alberta. She lost 2 back-to-back elections. The only election she won was a complete and total fluke. And it wasn't about the NDP. It was about a reflex against the old 4 decades of progressive conservative leadership that had led into corruption. Like you couldn't deal with a law firm that wasn't intrinsically linked to the progressive conservatives. And the progressive conservatives had wandered so close to the center that there wasn't a lot of daylight between them and the NDP. So the NDP didn't seem as scary to, well, urban voters. But the Progressive Conservative Party doesn't exist anymore. The United Conservatives does. It's complete total rebrand. And as you've seen, we've got Danielle Smith now. And there's a different sheriff in town. But yes, oh God. Just look at her face. Anyway, she's stepping down. She says she's not going to run federally, but they could use a new leader. And frankly, I would cheer for that because a vote split on the progressive side is a guaranteed conservative win. And she checks a lot of boxes for the progressive left who are concerned about identity politics, right? She's a woman, check. She cracked Fortress Alberta, which is a huge success for the NDP, check. She's from the West, check. She is from a legacy NDP party, with her dad being the leader of the NDP here in Alberta, Grant Notley. So check. She's seen as a more, and this isn't true, by the way, but for some reason people see her as a more moderating force in the NDP. I think she's just as radical as the rest of them. But all that is to say, if she ran federally, it would be the worst thing that ever happened to Justin Trudeau. But there would be no, puppy dog love, Jagmeet Singh there. Anyway, so that means, though, that there's a leadership race here in Alberta. And Sarah Hoffman, I will tell you that she is our former NDP health minister. And I say that without comment. Without comment. You'll know what I'm talking about here in a second. She was our health minister. And she is running to replace Rachel Notley. And this is some of the absolute cringiest pandering garbage I've ever seen in my life, which means the NDP and the media in this province are just head over heels in love with this ad video. And just, I hope I've prepared you. Again, I reiterate, this woman was our health minister. Said without any sort of comment, you can make up your own opinions. Let's watch this cringy garbage.
Women like me aren't supposed to run for office. I'm fat, I'm sassy, and I am really bad at pretending to be something that I'm not. I grew up in a small town and I saw firsthand how conservatives harmed the school where my dad was the principal and my mom taught kindergarten. After I trained to be a teacher, conservatives tried to close a bunch of schools in my community. So I ran for the school board and I won against an incumbent trustee, and then I won again. I ran for the legislature against a conservative cabinet minister, and I won again, and again, and again. I get the job, and I get the job done. And I work my f***ing ass off. Sorry, Mom. We built literally hundreds of schools. I built the Calgary Cancer Center, and I worked to build our party right across this province. I am so proud of my record as school trustee, as chair of the Edmonton Public School Board, as Minister of Health, Deputy Premier, and Deputy Leader of our party, the Alberta NDP. Alberta needs our hard work and NDP values to meet the challenges we all face. Top of that list for me are health, climate, and housing. Whether you're a farmer, or an actor, or a welder, we all need healthcare we can rely on. We all need a home we can afford, and we need air that kids can breathe. Someone told me the other day that you can't talk about climate change in Alberta, and I say, if not now, then when? And if not us, then who? I'm Sarah Hoffman, and I'm running to be your leader and the next Premier of Alberta. Join me. We're going to do great things, and we're going to have a great time.
You guys know I'm struggling to keep so much of all the things I want to say just to myself. Just right to myself, but like she leans into it. So, oh God, you know, I'm struggling. I'm trying to be tactful, but when she says I'm fat and sassy, you just put that on my radar, sister. And if you care about health, you know what I'm saying here? She said it. She leaned in and said, I'm fat and I'm sassy and women like me aren't supposed to run for politics. Okay, great. You just put that in the public sphere as like a thing in the pro category for some reason. And then you come out on the other side and say, I was the health minister and I care about health. Do you care about lifestyle conditions? I'm not sure. I'm not all that sure. I do. I care about the fiscal burden that poor lifestyle choices puts on the healthcare system, diabetes, heart disease, whatever, and comorbidities. I care about those things. I do. Does she? Or does she want to just dump more money on the healthcare system that continues to fail? Also, I thought it was really funny how she mentions farmers and welders. Like I have two of those. I'm a farmer. My kid's a welder. Like it's just no, definitely you're not speaking to us, Sarah. We don't care. And then she's like clearing the solar panel, which is like the exact problem with solar panels. You have to stand out there and clear it. Like a normal person would have shown like the solar panel just working, just like out there working, doing its thing, which they don't do. She actually showed herself pretending to clear off a solar panel. You think Sarah Hoffman is going around her community clearing off the solar panels? No, come on, no. Anyways, that I just thought that was so cringy. And then she is going to now, anytime anybody points out that she is, I think clinically, morbidly obese, and served as a health minister, she's going to be offended, right? Like she's going to be offended. But she's the one who said she was fat. Those are her words, fat and sassy. What am I supposed to do? She said it, not me.